All right, so it's just so hard to believe the World Cup kicks off tomorrow. Kansas City, of course, being one of the host cities, so the excitement is really starting to build across the metro.
That's right, and Fox 4 soccer analyst and sports business insider Dr. Diego Gutierrez is joining us to talk more about the first couple of days of what the World Cup and what matches he'll be paying attention to. Always so good to have you on here, Dr. Gutierrez.
Thank you for having me. We have a ton of star power right now in Kansas City.
Right?
Yes.
Frankie de Jong, Virgil van Dijk, Ronald Koeman, Denzel Humphreys, everybody's here. Wait till England arrives. It's going to be crazy.
And, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, I'm so excited about this. I mean, we've been talking about this for so long. Teams are finally here. Games are starting tomorrow. I mean, how excited are you guys?
I know.
I'm ready for it. And you talking about the star power is coming to my first question because all these teams are coming off their friendlies.
Yeah.
So how important are these matches ahead of the big game? You know, what can we take away from their performance on the pitch?
Well, you can take a few things from it. Number one is what kind of lineups have these teams put out there. We get to learn a little bit about who probably will start in the first game of the group stage. But in reality, a lot of teams are also trying to make sure that their stars, their big players, are not getting injured, right? Mm-hmm. And so the quality of the games, the quality of the minutes that you get in these preparation matches, it's always so important. But at the same time, you want to get just the right amount of minutes. Why? Because it's really hot, right? And the heat is definitely going to play a role in this World Cup.
You know, and it's you and I were talking about this upstairs. I live in the Northland, so aside from Team USA, I'm going to cast my lot with the Netherlands.
Nice.
The Orange Army there. But I am curious, this weather, is it something they're used to, or how are they going to adapt?
I think they're going to have to adapt. We know that FIFA changed the rules specifically for this tournament to address the heat, right? So we're now not having two 45-minute halves. We're actually having a hydration break right at the 22.5-minute break where players get to gather themselves. And that changes the game a little bit as well because now coaches are able to provide input directly. So it's almost like taking a timeout in the middle of the half. That lets you regroup, that lets you recover physically, and then take on the second half of that half.
And they're going to need it. We know the World Cup is kicking off tomorrow. Mexico, South Africa, a historic rematch of the 2010 opener. Can you explain how this sets the tone for this tournament?
Especially because the opening game is in Mexico. There's such fervor, there's such energy, there's such enthusiasm with their national team right now. It hasn't always been the case for Mexico in the last 10 years, but now there's almost a resurgence and an optimism where Mexico feels they can really go far in this tournament. We'll see what happens. South Africa's no slouch.
Right.
They have a generational gap where they aren't quite hitting on all cylinders. Not all of their players are in their prime, but it should be a great match.
Well, how about this before you go? USA, Paraguay, Friday in LA. What's your gut?
My gut tells me 3-1 US.
Wow,
3-1 US. That's
nice.
Is this? Are we
This
live?
is live.
Are we
This
live?
is live. You can't take it back.
Then get me
Can't
down
take it back.
3-1 US. Let's go.
Really quickly.
If you called it, we're going to play that back.
Yes, really quickly.
yeah.
What are you going to be watching when you're taking in these games?
I look for everything. I look not only for the strategy, I look to understand what kind of moment these players are going through. I'm definitely going to be looking out for the heat and the wear and tear on players as the tournament goes along. I think the format and the change in this format, going from 32 to 48 team, changes a whole lot of things, right? So now we're looking at third place teams. Every single goal counts. This tournament is going to be insane.
All right, it's getting real.
Here we go.
All right, Dr. Diego Gutierrez, good job as always.
Good to be here.
Oh, we're always happy to have you here.
Great, thank you.
Anytime. So, of course, it starts tomorrow. Matches in Kansas City start in just 6 days. That's when Algeria and Argentina go head-to-head. Tuesday, June 16th at Arrowhead Stadium. And we'll be airing most of the World Cup matches live right here on Fox 4, including the round of 32 and quarterfinal. You can find the schedule on fox4kc.com.